we offer what's called a solar consultation. And why that's so important is every unit is different. In order for us to help you and quote you correctly, we need to know what your needs are as well as your unit. So items that we look for in a solar consultation, when you come in and you're gonna get helped by Zach here, what's going to end up happening is we're going to look at the unit itself. We need to see specifics on it. So in order for us to quote you, we can quote you like a generalized, hey, here's a package. That might not be what you need. So the items that we need to look at is we need to look at locations of things and where we can place things. So, how much room is on the roof so that we can determine how many panels we can put on there. We need to see like the battery compartment location because maybe you only need 2 batteries or maybe you need 6 batteries. You need to see the location of where your converter is at and your distribution panel, so we know how the distance of wiring that we have to run. And when we're talking about wiring, based off the run, so the length of the unit, depending on how long we have to run those wires, the gauge of the wire thickness changes.
Voltage drop is a thing. So if we're running the inverter for one area and having to run the 110 volt wiring all the way to the opposite side of the 40-foot unit, it's going to change how we wire or what kind of gauge
Exactly.
we use.
And then same thing for us too, is when we're into it, we need to see how can we route those different items. Is it going to go through the underneath of the underbelly? So are we going to have to drop the underbelly when we get into it? Are we going to have to run it through the roof? Is there wall panels, locations of like the solar controller?
Yeah, where are we able to drop the wire from the rooftop all the way down to be able to mount that solar controller?
So again, we just wanted to kind of give you a quick little video on, we want you to come in and do a solar consultation with us. It's something that we do charge for. We just charge our hourly rate. If everything goes smooth, we try to get it done within an hour or so. If it takes a little bit longer, we adjust it and charge accordingly. But that's something that we actually apply back toward the job. So, if you come in and you're having us do an install, we're going to credit that back towards the actual work. But we just want you to know, as a business owner, if we went out and looked at every single unit and what they needed, all that time involved, we would not be able to do our job or sustain ourselves. So, and we want to make sure that we don't sell you too much or we don't undersell you, because the last thing we want you to do is we don't want you to go camping and get out there and dry camp, think, all right, I just spent all this money, I'm going to go camping, I've got a solar system, and you get out there and 2 days later it's dead, and then you call back upset. We can always add to the system and increase the sizes of what you have, but we need to see your coach in order to determine what your needs are and what the coach is capable of handling. So, okay. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this.